T and I are here. Today we are making Light Up a Llama. Alright, and so we have our super cool eye gear on because just like llamas, solder spits. And so we want to make sure we do not get solder in our eyes. T is going to be my solder expert safety extraordinaire. Are you up to the task, T?
Yes.
Okay, so the first step with our llama, we got to make sure we have all our components, our battery clip, our LED, and our little safety pin clip. And so you always want to solder with the flat things first and get to the difficult parts last. So I'm going to flip over llama flip, and we're going to start with our battery pack. And so you'll notice it has the 3 notch sides and it fits in perfectly right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to solder in this clip. So I put it in. All right, it's nice and snug, lies flat on there. I'm going to flip it over. And so the little legs of it are sticking in through the little contact points. So it's a little up right now. So what I'm going to do to make it nice and even is we'll slide the battery underneath the head, keep it nice, give it a little pillow. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the solder and we're going to clean it. Then we have to tin our solder, remember. So I'm going to put a little bit of soldering iron on there so smoke is good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the soldering iron so it's on the leg and the contact point. And then I'm just going to nicely put my solder on there. And I'm going to get my nice little volcano. Volcanoes are good. Not in real life when they're erupting, but in solder, volcanoes are good. All right, thank you, T. You can close it out. Next thing we are going to do is we are going to add our little safety pin attachment onto here. Okay, the only thing you can do wrong with this is touch hot solder. All right, so you will not be picking this up with your hands. You're going to want to. If I see you doing it, no more soldering for you. So you have to pick it up with your tweezers and put it in. It's a really quick thing, so you're going to want to use your hands. Don't do it. Solder burns hurt. You get burns for like 3 weeks, and so do not touch the solder. And so first thing we're going to do, we got 2 contact points. You're going to have your safety pin ready and your tweezers ready. So you're just going to put them just like that. And I'm going to do my first contact point. And so I'm going to tin my iron, tinned, and I'm going to put my soldering point so it's on to the pad, and I'm just going to get a large amount of solder on there. Nice pull. I'm just going to keep my soldering iron in there to keep it nice and chill. Or, sorry, not chill. That's the opposite of what I want. I want hot. And then I'm going to put in this. Hopefully you have more steady hands than I do. So see how my hands were like shaky and all over the place? That's okay. So I'm going to remelt my solder. So right now, I'm going to just melt it around it and make sure it just goes in nice and strong. It melts all around it. Alright, and so it's melting on there, so it's nice and tough. I can let go of the tweezers now. And on this side, I'm going to make sure my nice solder lead is out. And I'm going to melt in more solder around the safety pin. Do it both sides so it's nice and strong, it doesn't fall off. There we go. So, yet again, the only thing you can do wrong on this is touch the hot solder. So, make sure, whatever you do not touch the solder. Yet again, solder burns hurt. Make sure you're wearing your eye protection and you are being super safe. Last thing we're going to do is our LED leads. And so we're going to notice the long one is a positive, short one's negative, like every other LED on Earth. You should know this by now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by folding it. And so I have a nice little long right angle there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to find my long one. So that's my positive. And on the back of your llama, there's a positive. Shockingly, the positive lead goes into the positive hole. So we're going to do that real quick. And so it's kind of stuck like this. I'm just going to bend it so that the LED goes through. Okay, So I did a quick solder on my light bulb. All we have left are these two guys that we need to take away. If you just snip this right here without holding the end, it will fly off and hit someone. Don't do it, or it'll end up on the floor and someone will step on it and it will hurt. So we're gonna hold the end and we're going to snip the leg so that's pretty flush with the llama. And so, gonna do the other one real quick, holding the end, snipping. So, this is what your llama looks like. We'll add the battery in. The positive side of the battery, remember that's the one that goes on the edge, goes up top, or we'll put it in. And this is your llama. T, what do you think?
I love it.
Awesome. Enjoy your first build. Thank you guys.